Hello, my name is Miguel Mata, and this is the This Way Out podcast, a component of the This Way Out project. This podcast is where I take a few minutes to try and offer some words of encouragement, attempt to inspire and hopefully motivate people as they start their day, where I address a few topics that can be especially challenging for some people, but hopefully in a way that speaks to the humanity in each of us. Most of all, it's my attempt at being a constant source for positive messages in a time where such a thing can be somewhat difficult to find. Good morning. It's Monday, January 6th, 2020. Let's get started. Hello, podcast listeners. Thank you so much for tuning into my little podcast. I feel oh so excited that our paths have crossed this morning and that we're going to get to share a little time together. As I mentioned in the introduction you just heard, the purpose of this podcast is to try and be a source for positive messages, maybe a place for some motivation or inspiration, and to speak to a few topics that I believe need to be aired out, but from hopefully a more humanistic approach. From a perspective less about ideology and more about what's best for you and me, our communities, our country, and the world. In my opinion, and for a lot of people, things like self-confidence, adventurism, exploration, acceptance, and an ability to view the humanity in others are at all-time lows, while anxiety, dehumanization, over-scrutinization, and hypersensitivity are at all-time highs. Bad news, negativity, and polarized political rants are all the rage and get all the airtime, or so it seems. But not anymore. Not here, not on my podcast. This Way Out is about making the world a better place for everyone. If you're someone who has issues with self-confidence or anxiety, I understand. Keep listening. I want to help you. If you're someone who would appreciate some encouragement every once in a while because those messages are hard to come by in your world, I understand. Keep listening. I want to provide that for you. If you're someone who is concerned about our communities and would like to hear tips about how to make it better, or learn how others have made changes in their own communities, I understand. Keep listening. I have a few stories you might want to hear. More than anything, though, this podcast is about hopefully being able to be the pebble in the pond whose ripples might eventually be felt at the edge of said pond. To hopefully be the one small light that keeps away darkness. To be the spark or the push for someone, anyone, to go on about their day and do great things. I understand what it feels like to be tense and to feel that the world is falling apart. I used to think that way all the time. I still think that way sometimes. But I know there are good things happening and that there are good people making them happen every day. This project is about proving to myself and anyone else who requires those assurances that in your tough times, you are not experiencing them alone. I am someone who is always here to talk about the good things, maybe some bad things, and a few ugly things, but all toward the same end. A place where we can all exist, free to be ourselves, free of discrimination, free of physical and psychological harm, free to live life in pursuit of what makes us happy. And more than anything, I believe that creating a world where each and every person can exist and live together in true peace and happiness is entirely possible. And I believe it to be possible through the efforts of regular, average, everyday people like you and me. And not through political rallies or large protests or boycotts or any other large demonstration. Although, by the way, I'm not against a good protest or demonstration. In my opinion, there is nothing more American. However, the type of demonstration that I'm suggesting is that of being a role model, or a little closer to home, providing and or improving family values and stability, or taking steps to improve one's own mental health conditions. In other words, the pieces and parts within our control and within our means of controlling is where we, you and I, focus our efforts, where we, our neighbors, and our communities focus our efforts. The better world I'm suggesting we are working towards, the one where humanity is a priority, is, I believe, only possible through the hard work of the community, the everyday person. The healing that is so desperately needed in our world begins and ends in our own homes, our own neighborhoods, our own schools, and we, the people, must have courage, be assertive, and advocate the change we desire. Not push political views or political ideas, or grandstand for the sake of grandstanding, but to communicate, and have legitimate discussions where we put our pride and our emotions aside and work vigilantly as a team toward an outcome where we don't concern ourselves about winners and losers, where we don't fixate on who gets credit for whether there is immediate progress or not. Instead, where in a solution, the only thing that matters is whether an outcome is best for all involved. That is what the This Way Out podcast and project is all about. Playing a part in working toward a better tomorrow, where we can all exist in a space that empowers us to be strong and independent, encourages us to be creative and expressive, and most of all, allows us to explore our humanity in a way that ensures we can meet our greatest potential. Before I close, I want to say this. I wish you the very best day today, friends. I believe each and every one of you to be capable of great things, whether you believe that or not. The potential to accomplish great and fascinating things is in all of us. Each and every one of us, whether you believe it or not. I believe it. So get out there and do great things. Walk, run, explore, sing, dance, hug, hold, laugh, love, smile, and everything in between. Be the amazing people I know you are. I will talk to you again on Thursday. This has been the This Way Out podcast, a part of the This Way Out project. If you enjoyed this episode and you want to hear future episodes, please subscribe. If you would like to get in touch with me, recommend future topics, provide feedback, or any other reason, you can comment on the episode or send me an email at thiswo.light@gmail.com. That's thiswo.light@gmail.com. If you're interested in the other aspects of the This Way Out project, be sure to visit my website at thiswo-light.com.